Just when you thought you couldn't get mogged anymore, you just got double mogged with me. I was promised a bull market by now. It's been a long time. Welcome back for another most yummy update, friends. The first thing I want to show you is Ivan on Tech shouting out PulseChain community. Let's go.
Trade without knowing any of that. And then they're worried when Bitcoin goes down 5% and they're shaking because they're all shitcoin went down 40%. Their portfolio is right. So you absolutely need these basics. And also how to get into position, how to ladder in, ladder out, like profit taking scenarios, like all these core things that most people skip because they think they're like too smart for that. They get wrecked very big and then they hodl for 5 years some coin that is down, where the team already exit scam, but you're still there holding, asking in Telegram, hey guys, any update? Team already exit scam 5 years ago. You're still there. Shout out to PulseChain.
So it's obviously making a joke, friends, of how like everyone's waiting forever. Where's Richard? I thought Richard would be here. When stream? Why isn't the stuff going up? That's pretty much what he's making fun of as a joke. But I want to quickly touch on first part he talked about in terms of like, you know, you can go seek advice for like, oh, taking profit and getting in and stuff. Friends, I promise you, 99%, it's really simple. You don't need to know anything. The execution of it, though, very hard. Most people can't do it because you need to be emotionally strong. So it's super simple. You don't need to do the complicated stuff. Okay, you literally buy and hold and just don't do leverage. There you go. That's it. But then there's a bit of nuances. Buy and hold. Okay, for how long? Well, now you've got question marks. Then we go into and I show you the business cycle and everything that we can see out here. So we thought we'd be good by now, but we obviously keep going forever and ever and ever. Haven't moved anywhere. Still waiting for this business cycle to kick up. That's why, friends, I went and I've done a lot of research into this PMI. I've told it for you for a long time. I went out to check out, hey, what do we need for an alt season? Why? Because, you know, when you borrowed from Uncle Ray Dalio. How do I know I'm right? And how do I know I'm wrong? Yeah, that's Uncle Ray Dalio. He says that literally every second interview because he talks about, that's his principles, right? And it's something to think about. Like, how do you even know you're right or wrong? Well, I went and I checked stuff and I went to say, wait, am I doing something wrong? Is there something fundamentally screwed with my strategy? Because what's the alternative, by the way? The alternative is to go join the homoerotic foot-sniffing trenches in Soylana. That's the alternative because you see activity there. And you think, oh, wait a minute. Do I literally have to scrap everything and go just dump on everybody every 2 seconds, which is what everybody's doing in the Soylana, what they call the homoerotic trenches? Or is there something else I'm missing? Well, it turns out, man, that's why I found it for you. I go, well, guess what? It is different this time. The business cycle is still low. Yeah. So it's like, are we like crazy? No, this basically business confidence is low. That's it. The PMI is low. People aren't expanding in the economy, business level. They're not that optimistic about the future. Like they're okay. They think things are going to get good, but they're not acting like it. Okay. Once they start acting like things are going to get good, the PMI is above 50, they're expanding. So what does that mean? It means that they're hiring more employees. They're getting more Johnson & Johnson baby bump powder. Okay, they're feeling more confident to go buy that. They're feeling more confident to go take bigger investments. ICOs go further out the risk curve. We have not seen that. Okay, so whatever's been happening now, it's been great if you've made money. The thing is, though, it basically hasn't started. But here's another thing, right? So there's also this false equivalency where people say, oh, because you're doing really well when things go down, you're going to do really well up here. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. No. I can actually show it to you by one ratio, which I show you every single day. Look at this. The trenches, the homoerotic trenches, friends, they're literally going to have to start putting on wigs and working on alleyways and Friday nights, right, to make extra money because the ratios are going down here. So all those people who are dumping on each other and grifting each other up here, now all the money's sinking out. Now they're going to have to go somewhere else. The thing is, though, there is no new obvious casino of where to go, right? But I got to ask you this. Why do we need another casino, though? XRP popped up 600% right here. Why do we need another casino? It literally just showed you don't actually need another casino. Crypto's the casino itself. Buying coins is the casino. But that's what happens, right? Because the business cycle is so low, we're looking at that cherry-picked area where they're like, oh, those guys are making money. Look what they're doing to make money. It must be trading. It must be not holding. Yeah, but then, you know, XRP goes and embarrasses all of you who are doing that. You basically G all the bags that you believe in, and now you're a non-believer. So it gets tougher and tougher to basically, you know, keep correcting those errors. Do you want to know what's funny as well, friends? I've seen this post here from the timeline saying from Marusha. He's quoting Uncle Bobby Lucas, and Uncle Bobby said, over the next 6 months, you will all be given the chance to lock in a new financial level permanently. Don't fumble reaching for more. Secure the level, then expand. Pretty much Uncle Bobby's saying, look, over the next 6 months, we're probably going to have the blow off top. It's going to be a mania everywhere, and just, you know, be comfortable with basically what you have. But then this guy's saying, next 6 months, brother, where the truck were you during the last 2.5 years? We already retired. Don't listen to junk like this, friend. This is absolute junk. Firstly, you don't know the portfolio. Like, for example, this guy could be living in, like, Southeast Asia. Maybe he fluked some leverage thing. He's turned 4 grand into, like, 180. He's like, brother, we already, you know what I mean? Like, don't confuse that. Also, the business cycle's down. Bitcoin dominance is up. That's why, friends, this is how people screw up, okay? The more you're in crypto, you start to get this FOMO. Like, oh, they're doing stuff and that makes money. I've got to go move on. It doesn't work out like that, dude. I've already shown you thousands of examples of it not working out, right? Uncle Bobby even replies with, you know, just like a surprise face. And then you have Mr. Carlin Talks Crypto. Bob's post makes sense. I think you're reading it wrong. He's saying profit-taking zone is due in the next 6 months to secure your new financial permanently. He's not saying to buy in the next 6 months or wait longer. And look, someone says, Gojo, I'm more in debt than I've ever been. The dot eats looking at this chart, guy, screaming, angry. Look at this. How much did you ape to retire on a 5x, sir? I've been holding Ethereum. Cooked. That's got... You know what's interesting? I'll tell you something. By the way, the guy who posted it, it's funny. Look at this. He's a gambler. Building a unified margin trading system. Support brother at TradeStream. Dude, what do you mean you're retired? You got your shitty little trading link. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What you'll actually often find, a lot of these people, friends, this is something interesting I learned over time. A lot of the people, when they start talking like that, most of the time, they're in the thing that just went up. And they're still in complacency mode. You know, Wall Street cheat sheet? Right, they're in complacency. They're basically like, what are you talking about, bro? We're on the next move up. We just got to cool off for the next rally. So this guy's probably some turbo long soy trash somewhere. So he's in his mind, he thinks, oh, Sol's definitely going to $1,000 and I'm going up here. And then, you see what I mean? So that's why it's tough. The people who speak with the most certainty, a lot of the times they've had that confidence dopamine boost from what move just happened. And so they assume that the next leg's going to be the same thing. But actually what you find is you don't know who these people are in about 3 months because they totally disappear because there's something else that gets attention. So we're still on track. Okay, I know it's tough and business cycle's been down. You know, we needed to tick at 52 plus. Nothing else we can do. I want to show you this as well, friends. The US government has just announced they're going to build a nuclear reactor on the moon, which is funny. They're $37 trillion in debt. That's why, friends, you know this debt number, it's all fugazi, dude. They're all part of some global thing. It's all fugazi. This debt's garbage. Right? It's all trash. They always find a way to kick the can down the road. They'll always find a way to do some great reset, debasing thing, okay? This confirms my red pill SuperCycle is true. Every single conspiracy is coming true, except maybe flat earth crypto will pump. So yeah, friends, it's actually true. It actually is real. The United States Transport Secretary Sean Duffy will announce plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. China, in collaboration with Russia, is planning to build a nuclear reactor. So you want to know why? Ashton Forbes, shout out to Ashton. Remember, friends, from the MH370, the Orbs teleport. It turns out, I think, there's helium-3. So helium-3. And that element, you can farm it on the moon. And I think it could be the energy source for a lot of their anti-gravity tech. I'm not sure how it works or the capability it does. Maybe it allows you to do a lot of things. Helium-3. But obviously they're not going to tell us that because they don't want anyone else to know. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure 100% on these. But we still got some blue pill cuck deniers. Mr. DJ Cryptomatic. Not a single one is becoming true. Not even the Epstein thing, which was supposed to be an easy one. No, so you're not getting it. They're real. The Epstein thing. No, what do you mean? They won't release the files. That means it's double real. What are you talking about, sir? I thought it was obvious. But, dude, the president came out and defended dead pedo fillet in his island, dude. Like, there's blue pill cucks on the scoreboard. You got 0. Red pill conspiracies. We're up to like number 14 now, right? It's all happening. Check this out as well, friends. Binance. So as you know, one of the most common names in the world is Mohammed. Okay? Mohammed! I call him Moe for short. There's like 7 in my Telegram alone. Moe! Now, Binance have released, why it's important, Binance have released Sharia Earn. So I think it's Sharia law compliant where they don't have, you're not allowed to earn, is it interest? Yeah, it's interest. You're not allowed to earn interest. But, you know, humans being humans, instead of doing interest, they go, hey, you've got a fee for this month. And you're like, was that fee calculated by you doing an interest calculation on the thing? No, it's a fee. It's a fee. It's not interest. I don't know how it works, but yeah, it's awesome. Binance, Sharia Earn, no interest, no uncertainty, just staking. Certified by Amani Advisors. It's kind of funny. It's cute. It's cute. Everyone's adopting out here. Binance and doing that, catering to all the world. I wonder if Richard Hart does that as well, by the way. He might do something like that, friends, where there's no interest. Okay, it's something else. They call it something else. Do you remember, friends, when Gary Gensler tried to ban staking? So then Richard changed Hex. He goes, oh, you're mining Hex now. Just words, man. I wanted to show you this as well. Do you remember, friends, the trader, he kept getting short on Ethereum? Well, look at this. Justin, rubbish trader 0xCB92 has gone on a revenge short tilt against Ethereum. He has placed more credits into Hyperliquid in order to short Ethereum and revenge trade his losses back. So now he's turbo short. His liquidation price is 3,850 for ETH. And I've asked, will Ethereum go to liquidate this non-believer? So this guy, he's got a $100 million short position. He's just doing rage shorts against Ethereum. This is not a pretty sight when you want to see your bet. If you're trying to, like, you know, basically keep revenging. And, you know, if he gets away with this one, the fact that someone keeps doing this, like, it's eventually going to blow up. There was this strange announcement from First Squawk. They said, the US dollar weaker. Focus on chinks in safe haven status. Huh? Focus on chinks. Isn't that slang for Asians? What are you talking about? Chinks. But it was funny. Everyone, that was like, it was one of the most viewed First Squawk thing. Like, focus on what? But now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I guess it's chinking the armor. Now I finally get it. I didn't even understand what they were talking about at the start. I guess it's chinking the armor of so US dollar going down, being weak. It's chinking the armor of, your safe haven status. But no, it's not, because we're going risk on. So you want the US dollar to go down. Also, I got to throw this out, friends, because this is strange. So you see this girl? That is at a White House video. You know, a lot of White House videos on their YouTube, people will randomly, this is really weird, okay? There are a lot of strange faces, we'll say that, looking like this in White House videos. Don't know why. Okay, just this random ones. I remember I showed you the shape-shifting from, that was in Israel when Barack Obama was giving a speech in Israel, and it was not from the primary TV news network. It was one of like the third tier ones from the side. Okay, but it is strange. A lot of the White House, it's not just this girl. Apparently, a lot of people watching White House videos over the past few years, it's quite common. You see someone doing some really weird faces in there. Wow, I'm curious what it is. Does that mean there's a lot of things? But have you ever seen you've seen this phenomenon, right, where dogs will look like their owners? Yeah, when I heard it, I'm like, nah, that doesn't sound right. It's true. It's so true. Friends, like, you literally be walking out, see a guy he'll have like, he's walking like this, you know, he's walking like that. And then the dog is like the bulldog, and it's also, it looks like him. It literally looks like him, like so many times. Or if there's a lady walking, maybe some blondie walking, and she's a bit dainty on her toes, and she's got a little chihuahua, and it's also dainty on the toes. It walks like them, but also looks like them. I'm wondering if, you know, some sort of presence is able to reflect people a bit like that. Okay. Otherwise, we're just, you know, we're just going to say, hey, there's a bunch of lizard people walking around the White House. I don't know. So we'll see. Let me know what you think, friends. It's weird. There's weird demonic stuff happening on camera. I could actually show you the video. And it's always one of these random videos. Look at this. So you know my friend, Mr. Edouard linked me this video. He didn't even tell me anything. He just linked me the video. And I watched it. I didn't know what I was looking for. And I just watched it. But then I noticed this skill. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, look, when you see one, you're like, oh, it could be a weird face. Like, yeah, it could be a weird face. Could be a weird face. But then, when there's like 8, how many weird faces are we going to do? And it's in the White House. And they're trying to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. You know, makes you think. So where are we going to go from here, friends, to continue our Yummy update? Well, Richard Hart did a very long-winded post. And there's double meaning and stuff out here. He goes, the myth of Richard Hart approved. Nothing is. I explained to you the risks and how you can do things better. Hopefully you take the advice and it works for you. Reduce your counterparty risk by spreading your transactions out. You know, other tips that work on the same idea. Use different types of hard drives to do backups. If a bridge is really fast and affordable because it doesn't have a bunch of validators that approve it, it's faster and cheaper. But in theory, it's got more counterparty risk. Things must be good or bad based on your evaluation of them and how you use them. Never let someone tell you Richard Hart approved. So I think it's basically trying to say, by the way, we've got a mad cracker video. So he's uploaded this person. So he goes, look, PS random. If you want to have 2 kids divide a cake evenly amongst themselves, have the first kid cut the cake and the next kid choose. Okay, see this cake, friends? Well, I have something here for you. What's the cake say? Peter. What a good picture, man. What a good picture. I think K9 did it. Whoever did it out, well done. I got it from K9. This is so good, man. You know when I looked at it? I read it. I'm like, I can't find any reference to anything. I can't be bothered seeing if there's a double meaning. I don't even look for that stuff. And then the first tweet I see in the timeline was him literally just make the cake, just put the PDI logo in it. That's funny. So what does it mean? Yes, it's true. No one can really predict all the things that go wrong all the time. Nothing is truly Richard Hart approved. Some people might say, hey, does that mean he's not talking about Liberty Swap nice anymore? Friends, to be honest, I think we're fed up, man. I think we're just fed up. But I know I want to say fed up with like Richard and the prices and everything. We're just fed up, man. It's been way too long. That's what's going on through our minds. You know what I mean? The business cycle's been going on forever. And this is also funny. Richard Hart posted about prices going up, and then literally right happens after. Straight away. So, and by the way, he's like 13 for 13 now on it happening. But that's the prices keep going lower high. The PMI never goes up. There's nothing to sustain it. Liquidity indicator looks kind of scammy. They finally won't, and we'll just end up keep going up and leave people sideline cucks. 100% accuracy 12 out of 12 times until it doesn't. Maybe it's some kind of sponsored Jim Cramer tweet. Lucky Luke. Man, this pattern has been repeating for 2 years now. First time it pumps after a T will be a signal. Oh yeah, that'll be true, sir. No amount of time is enough to get rid of lettuce hands. Today's diamond hands can be tomorrow's lettuce hands. Nobody's here to spend a lifetime hoping for something big. If something is big, there will always be early signs. You know, so when it comes to these, it's pretty much like I say, like we're looking at the clouds still raining. Remember the example I keep telling you is like we're walking outside. When you see the PMI this low, the clouds are raining. That's it. It's raining outside. There's nothing you can do. It's raining outside. You go outside, you're going to get wet. You know, sometimes you hope you don't get wet. You know, sometimes there's a cherry-picked coin that goes up and gets a narrative and ends up on CryptoMans or whatever. But yeah, most of the time you're just going to get wet. When is sunshine time? It's that. When's that going to happen? It's been 33 months. Hopefully soon. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.